For more videos, press the subscribe button and also turn on the bell notification to receive the updates directly in your device. Hello friends, I Vikas Nehra welcome you all to our live Linux training for members. This is session number 56 and part 8 of our ongoing SELinux series, and in this session we will talk about labeling files and directories in SELinux. So without wasting time, let's get started. Labeling files. On systems running SELinux, all processes and files are labeled in a way that represents security relevant information. This information is called the SELinux context. For files, this is viewed by using ls-Z command. So if you will execute ls-Z for any file or directory, you can see the details of the SELinux context. In this example, SELinux provides a user, which is unconfined underscore u, a role, which is object underscore r, a type, which is user underscore home underscore t, and a label, which is S0. This information is used to make access control decisions. On discretionary access control system, access is controlled based on the Linux user and group IDs. SELinux policy rules are checked after the discretionary access control rules. SELinux policy rules are not used if the discretionary access control rules deny the access first, as I told you in the very first session as well. So if you will execute ls-d Z for the etc directory, it will show you the SELinux context of the /etc directory. Here you can see that the user is system underscore u, the role is object underscore r, the type is etc underscore t, and the security level is S0 for the etc directory. In the same way, you can list it by running the ls-ldz command as well. This time it will show you the additional information like the permissions, the number of links, the user and the group, and the timestamp as well. Let's create a file in the etc directory with the name as file1 by running the touch command. So if you will execute this command, it will create a file in the etc directory with the name as file1. And if you will list the SELinux context by running the ls-lz /etc/file1, you can see the SELinux context. Here you can see that the user is unconfined underscore u, the role is object underscore r, the type is etc underscore t, and the security level is S0. Here if you will have a look at the type, that is etc underscore t, so by default this file has been assigned with the same type where it was present. Means by default it will inherit the type of its parent. There are multiple commands for managing the SELinux context for files such as chcon, semanage, fcontext, and restorecon. So in this session we are going to use some of these commands. First, we will talk about the temporary changes, and for that we will use the chcon command. The chcon command changes the SELinux context for files. However, changes made with the chcon command do not survive a file system relabel or the execution of the restorecon command. SELinux policy controls whether the user are able to modify the SELinux context for a given file. When using chcon, users provide all or part of the SELinux context to change. An incorrect file type is a common cause of SELinux denying access. Run the chcon-t file name command to change the file type, where type is an SELinux type such as httpd_sys_content_t, and file name is a file or directory name. Suppose we have a file in the home directory with the name as file.txt. So if I execute the ls-lz for this file, it will show me the SELinux context of this file. Now if I want to change the type by running the chcon command, so I can execute chcon-t, and after that I will have to mention the new type which I want to assign to this particular file, and after that I will mention the name of that particular file for which I am going to change the type of the SELinux context. So by running this command, I can change the SELinux context type, and I can verify the same by running the ls-z file name command again. So this time you can see that the type has been changed to httpd_sys_content_t, which is clearly visible in the blue color. Run the chcon-R-T directory name command to change the type of a directory and its contents recursively, where type is an SELinux type such as httpd_sys_content_t, and directory name may be any directory name. For example, let's go to the tmp directory and create a directory with the name as testdir there. So if I execute the ls-ldz command for this testdir directory, I can list the SELinux context. Here the type is user_tmp_t because this directory is present in the /tmp directory. Now let's create a file in this directory. So I executed the cal command to create a file here, and now I'm going to change the SELinux context type by running the chcon-R-T command, and this time I'm going to assign the type as httpd_sys_content_t to all the files and directories which are present in this /tmp/testdir directory. Now if I want to see the details, so I can execute ls-ldz testdir command. It will display the SELinux context. Here in the output you can see that the type is showing up as httpd_sys_content_t, which is in the blue color. So ideally it should have been user_tmp_t, but since we have already executed the chcon command and we have changed the type, so that is why it is showing up like this. In the same way, if you will try to display the SELinux context for this cal file which you have copied earlier in the /tmp/testdir, you can see that the type is showing up as httpd_sys_content_t in the blue color. The following procedure demonstrates changing the type and no other attributes of the SELinux context. The example in this section works the same for directories. For example, if file1 was a directory. So let's change to your home directory first and then create a new file and view its SELinux context. So let's go to the home directory and create a file here by running the touch command. After that, to display the SELinux context, we can execute ls-Z for this file and it will show the details of the SELinux context. Here you can see that the type is showing up as user_home_t. In this example, the SELinux context for file1 includes the SELinux unconfined_u user, object_r role, user_home_t as type, and the s0 as label. Now run the following command to change the type to samba_share_t. The -t option only changes the type. Now let's execute chcon-t, and after that we can mention the new label, that is samba_share_t for this file1. Now display the SELinux context by running the ls-Z command for this file 1, and here you can see that the type is showing up as samba_share_t. Now use the following command to restore the SELinux context for this file 1, and you can use option -v to view whatever has happened. So let's execute restore -v for this file 1, and it will show us the details. Now the type has been relabeled back to user_home_t from samba_share_t. In this example, the previous type, which was samba_share_t, is restored to the correct user_home_t type. When using the targeted policy, the default SELinux policy in Fedora, the restore -c command reads the files in the /etc/SELinux/targeted/context/files directory to see which SELinux context files should have. Same method can be used for the directories, where we can include option -r to set or change the context recursively, and we can use ls-ld to list the SELinux contexts. Now we will talk about the persistent changes. The semanage fcontext command is used to change the SELinux context of files. When using the targeted policy, changes are written to files located in /etc/SELinux/targeted/context/files directory. The file_context file specifies default context for many files as well as context updated via semanage fcontext command. The file_contexts.local file stores context to newly created files and directories not found in file_context. Two utilities read these files. The set files utility is used when a file system is relabeled, and the restore -c utility restores the default SELinux context. This means that changes made by semanage fcontext are persistent even if the file system is relabeled. SELinux policy controls whether users are able to modify the SELinux context for any given file. To make SELinux context changes that survive a file system relabel, run the following command, remembering to use the full path of the directory. So let's execute semanage fcontext -a, and after that we can mention the option and then the file or the directory name. After that, use the restore -c utility to apply the context changes. And here we can execute restore -v, and after that we can mention the name of the file or that particular directory where we want to apply the changes. The following example demonstrates changing a file's type and no other attributes of the SELinux context. So as a root user, create a new file in the /etc directory. By default, the newly created file in the etc are labeled as etc_t type. So let's execute the touch command and create a file in the etc directory with the name as file1. After that, list the SELinux context by running the ls-Z command, and here you can see that the type is showing up as etc_t. Now as the root user, run the following command to change the file1 type to samba_share_t. So here we can execute semanage fcontext -a-t, and after that we can mention the new type, that is samba_share_t, and after that we will mention the path to that particular file where we want to apply it. So we can mention here /etc/file1. Now we will list the SELinux context by running the ls-Z command for this file, and here it will show up as etc_t. the changes which we have made have not been applied yet. The SEmanage fcontext -a -t samba_share_t and the file name command adds the following entry to the /etc/SElinux/targeted/context/file/file_context.local. So to see these changes, we can execute the tail command for this file and it will show up like this. Now as the root user, use the restore_con utility to change the type. Because SEmanage added an entry to the file.context.local for the /etc/file1, restore_con changes the type to samba_share_t. So here we can execute the restore_con -v command for this /etc/file1, and here you can see that the type has been changed to samba_share_t. The following example demonstrates creating a newly created directory and changing the directory file type to a type used by the Apache HTTP server. The configuration in this example is used if you want Apache HTTP server to use a different document root instead of /var/www/html. So for that, as the root user, create a new /web directory and then add 3 empty files, file1, file2 and file3 within this directory. The /web directory and files are labeled with the default_t type. So create a directory by running the mkdir command on root with the name as web. After that, create 3 files there with the names as file1, file2 and file3. After that, we will execute the ls-dz command for this /web directory and it will show up as default_t. And same we can do for the files which are there in this /web directory, and it will show up the type as default_t for each one. Now as the root user, run the following command to change the type of this /web directory and the files in it to httpd_sys_content_t. The -a option adds a new record and the -t option defines the type. So here we can execute SEmanage fcontext -a to add the entry in the file and -t to change the type, and after that we will mention the type, and after that we will mention the directory name. After that we will list the SElinux context for this directory and it will show up as default_t because the changes which we have made have not applied on the directory SElinux context, but an entry has been added to the targeted policy file. In the same way, we can check the type for the files as well, and the type will show up as default_t. Now we will use the restore_con utility to apply these changes. So as the root user, use the restore_con utility to change the type of /web as well as all files in it. Use option -R to apply the changes recursively. So we can execute restore_con -R-v and the directory name, that is /web, and you can see that the type has been changed to httpd_sys_content_t, and it will apply for all the directory as well as its contents. The following example demonstrates adding and removing the SElinux context, and if we are using the regular expressions, we can use the question marks also with the regular expression. So we can execute SEmanage fcontext -d command to remove the SElinux context from the file. So here, to remove the SElinux context as the root user, run the following command where file or the directory is a part in the file_context_local. So let's check the SElinux context for /etc/file1 and here you can see that the type is showing up as samba underscore share underscore t. Now what we are going to do, we are going to remove the entry from the file in the targeted policy. So for that we can execute the semanage fcontext -d command for this /etc/file1. After that we will use the restore con utility to restore the context back. So we can execute restore con -v /etc/file1 command, and here you can see that it will relabel it. It will change the type back to the default one. And why it is possible? Since we have already removed the additional entry from the file in the targeted policy. And we will verify the same by running the ls-z command for this file, and the type will show up etc_t, which is the default one. Now we are going to practice the same on the terminal. So let's move to the terminal and practice each and everything which we have learned so far. First of all, I will create a file here in my home directory with the name as file1. So I will execute the touch command, and now I will show you the SELinux context for this file by running the ls-Z command. Here you can see that the type is showing up as admin_home_t, since this file is present in the root user's home directory. Now if I will switch in the account of a normal user like Vikas Nehra user, and I will follow the same process, in that case the type will show up as the user_home_t. So I created a file in the home directory of Vikas Nehra, and now I'm going to show you the SELinux context by running the ls-Z command, and here you can see the type as user_home_t. So the type depends on the location where the file or directory is present. Since it is present in the normal user's home directory, so it is showing up as user_home_t. Now let me show you the SELinux context for the /etc directory. So I will execute ls-ldz for /etc directory, and here you can see the SELinux context. The type is showing up as etc_t. Now let's create a file here in the etc directory with the name as file1. Now I will list the SELinux context by running the ls-Z command /etc/file1, and here also you can see that the type is showing up as etc_t. So by default it will inherit the type of its parent. Now let's switch in the account of the Vikas Nehra user, and I will show you how to change the type temporarily. As I have shown you earlier, the SELinux context for this file1, the type is showing up as user_home_t. Now if I want to change the type to httpd_sys_content_t, so for that I can execute chcon command, chcon-t for the type, and here I will mention httpd_sys_content_t and the file name. Again I will execute the ls-Z command to verify the changes, and here you can see that the type has been changed to the httpd_sys_content_t. So we have relabeled the SELinux context, but these changes are not permanent. If someone will relabel the file system, then these changes will be gone. So the default label will set in that particular case. Now let's go to the tmp directory and create a directory here with the name as testdir. So I can execute mkdir testdir. Now I'm going to show you the SELinux context for this directory. So I can execute ls-ldz test dir, and here you can see that the type is showing up as user underscore tmp underscore t. Now I'm going to create a file here by running the cal command /tmp /test dir and with the name as cal. Now let me list the SELinux context for this file, and here also you can see the type as user underscore tmp underscore t. Now I'm going to change the type by running the chcon command, but this time we will do it recursively. So we will mention option -R here. After that I will mention -t for the type, and we will specify the type, that is httpd underscore sys underscore content underscore t, and after that we will mention the name of the directory, that is test dir. Now we will verify the SELinux context. So I will execute ls-ldz test dir, and here you can see the type as httpd underscore sys underscore content underscore t, and same we can do for the file which we have created earlier. So we can execute ls-lz command for the file, and here also the type is showing up as httpd underscore sys underscore content underscore t. So in this way we can change the SELinux context or the type by running the chcon command. But as I mentioned earlier, these changes are not permanent. They cannot withstand the file system relabel. Now let me show you what will happen if we will relabel the file system. So let me remove the file which I created earlier here in the home directory of the Vikas Nehra user, and let me create a new file by running the touch command, touch file 1. Now I will show you the SELinux context for this file. Here the type is showing up as user underscore home underscore t. Now I'm going to change this label to samba underscore share underscore t. So I can execute the chcon command, chcon -t, and after that I will mention samba underscore share underscore t, and after that I will mention the name of the file. Now I will again show you the SELinux context, and the type is showing up as samba underscore share underscore t. So we have successfully relabeled or changed the type for this file. Now if I will execute the restore con command, it will change the label back to the default one. So let me execute the restore con utility, restore con -v and the file name. So here you can see that the label has been changed to the default one, which is user underscore home underscore t from samba underscore share underscore t. So it cannot withstand the file system relabel, or if someone will execute the restore con command, it will change the type back to the default one. Now I'm going to show you how can you permanently change the type by running the semanage fcontext command. So let's create a file in the etc directory with the name as file1 by running the touch command. Now I will show you the SELinux context by running the ls-Z command for this file1, which is there in the etc directory, and here the type is showing up as etc underscore t. So the default type is set on this file. Now I'm going to change the type. So first I will execute the semanage command, semanage fcontext -a to add the entry in the targeted policy file. Then I will use option -t to specify the type. So I'm going to set the type as samba underscore share underscore t, and after that I will mention the path to this file, that is /etc/file1. So what this command will do, this command will not change the type now, it will just add an entry in the targeted policy file. If you will have a look at the SELinux context by running the ls-z command for this file, you will see that the type has not been changed yet. It is still showing the same type or the default type. Now, since we have already added an entry in the targeted policy file, we can execute the restore con command. But before that, let me show you where this entry has been made. So I can execute tail /etc/linux/targeted/files/file underscore context dot local. So in this file, the previous command has added an entry for the /etc/file1, and here it is clearly mentioned that this file is going to use the type as samba_share_t. Now we are going to use the restore con utility to apply these changes. So let's execute restore con -v/etc/file1. Here you can see that the type has been changed, the context has been relabeled, and we can verify the same by running the ls-Z command, ls-Z/etc/file1, and here you can see that the type has been changed to the samba_share_t. So this is the persistent change. It can withstand the file system relabel or the machine reboot. So it is not going to be changed till the time we will manually do it. Now let me show you how can we remove it, how can we delete the context. To delete the context from the file, we can execute semanage command, semanage fcontext -d to delete the context for the file, that is /etc/file1. So this command will remove the entry from the targeted policy file, and you can run the tail command to see the changes. There is no entry present in this file now. And now we can again execute the restore con utility or the restore con command for this file1 that is there in the /etc directory, and you can see that the label has been changed to the default one, that is etc_t, and we can also verify the same by running the ls-Z command. Here it is. So in this way we can remove the entry from the targeted policy file, and we can set the default label. So guys, that's it from my side for today's session of the SELinux context labeling. Hope you will find this session useful for you. If you like it, then do share it with your friends and colleagues, and if you are new on our channel, then please subscribe us and turn on the bell notification. I will see you in the next one. Till then, bye bye. Jai Hind. Vande Mataram.